Sydney stupidity cost them dearly against North Sydney last week. This sort of Neanderthal behaviour when in an attacking position on only the second tackle should really result in the offending player being introduced to the reserve grade coach. Certainly no first grader of quality should give the ball away so easily. The worst disaster for the Rabbits came in the minutes just before half-time. They trailed 4-0, but won a scrum in North's quarter against the feed. Baker turned it to Andrews onto Lester Biles, who went hard and when tackled virtually on the line, gave it to Coleman, who dropped it. So instead of leading 6-4 at the break, they trailed 10-0 because North scored a converted try from the tap quarter line restart. A classic case of how to lose the ball and go close to a try against your side. Here, winger Lester Biles is tackled by Steve Mayo and doesn't pay sufficient attention on how he plays it. Hooker Rex Wright strikes for it successfully. Teasdale gives it quickly to the flying Robinson, who needs a damn good tackle to stop him scoring a shock try. And it called for a tackle of the very highest quality to stop the flying Robinson again in the 11th minute. Craig Coleman supplied the expertise. Young Manly prop Phil Daly is about as subtle as a train wreck. Several times, once critically, late in the game, he conceded penalties for rank stupidity, and it's a great pity. He was one of Manly's best players against Balmain. This run by Russell Gardner led to Phil Blake breaking his arm just above the wrist. Unfortunately for Manly, Balmain scored their second try down his wing while Blake was being treated prior to replacement. Balmain repeatedly showed their ability to back up the ball carrier. This break up the right had Pearce, Schofield, Jack, Elias, Gale and Schofield and Genn involved, and the Manly defence well and truly in tatters. Now this was the start of Manly's downfall. 16 all, 15 minutes into the second half, and Phil Daly's third caution for an illegality earned Balmain a penalty and the young prop 10 minutes in the sin bin. The death knell for Manly. Davis, the replacement winger, fielded a deep kick and made an inspired run up the left. Gary Jack brings off a magnificent try-saving tackle, but then lay all over Davis. How Jack wasn't sin-binned is beyond me. The referees are totally inconsistent on this bad aspect of the game. St George got away with a rather disappointing Canterbury side at the SCG in a game liberally sprinkled with mistakes. However, Steve Mortimer's presence in the Bulldog outfit certainly brought back some missing flair. English referee Robin Whitfield had, I thought, an ordinary game. There were numerous knock-ons, like this, which he failed to pull up, confusing the players and crowd alike. Canterbury presently lacked the precision we've come to expect. Chances went begging, like this clean break by Langmack off a Farah pass, but the ball gets thrown on the ground. One of the classiest moves of the match came to nothing for Canterbury, probably because the man who finally bombs the try, Terry Lamb, shouldn't have been on the field. He's had an arm injury for weeks and it proved very costly indeed after great lead-up by Chris and Peter Mortimer, Michael Hagan and Andrew Farah. Time and again, Saints fullback Glenn Burgess stood rock solid to take bombs under enormous pressure, and he's going to be very hard to drop, even if Brian Johnson regains form. The turning point in the match came when Steve Mortimer, with only recently acquired aggression, or bad lack of judgment, flattened Steve Linnane late and high. His removal for 10 minutes cost the Bulldogs dearly. There were so many incidents of the referee failing to administer the rules that I could go on all day, but this one involving Steve Gearan facing directly sideways to play the ball says it all. In other words, Pommy go home. Our referees may not be all great, but they do know that's not permitted.